whether it is fornication, it's adultery, it's lying, it's stealing, it's murder, whatever the nature of sin. In love, we should correct people and continuously admonish them.
And even talking about abuse, even some pastors abuse their wives.
I think it is high time we begin to teach them that it isn't just about this woman is beautiful, this man is fine, so that you can point to people, this is my husband.
Exactly.
It takes a lot to be in marriage.
Oral sex has a lot of implications, and one of it is the fact that it is one of the easiest way for the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases.
Trying to get something from somewhere you don't like, you will chop their money, and that money you eat fufu with it can block your womb. There is a woman who is praying, but most of these young girls don't know that they are enlarging.
You see, so most married men go out there and lie to innocent girls.
That who told you are innocent? These hypocritic girls.
Some of the girls are innocent. Because I know some girls who will tell you that if you are married, forget.
Hello, precious viewers. Wow, thank you so much for being part of the program today too, and we say a big thank you because week after week you have been part of the show. Thank you so much for your comments every week via our WhatsApp line, app screen, and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. You know, this is Weekend Review with me, Johnny called Dollarich, and here we say our core mandate still remains bringing the families together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generations. Yes, we do believe in the next generations, because whatever that we are going through today, if only we can take time and educate our future young ones, I mean, tomorrow will be a better place for them. And please call somebody also to call somebody to watch this program, because here we want the families to live in harmony. We'll take this quick break. When we come back, I have these wonderful personalities who are coming to share something beautiful with us concerning the upcoming election. You know, we have just some weeks away, and please, we want the families to stay in peace. No violence. If you ask me, no violence at all. Let this election be peaceful. Let us go through it successfully and give all the glory and praise to God, because He alone can do it for us. We take this quick break. We'll be right back.
Don't let anybody put a promise ring on you for 1 year. He's not really going to see your parents. He's not going to do anything. Then you are dead. No.
It is even sexual harassment to expose your body, those parts that induce sex.
Women take into consideration so many factors before they allow you to have sex with them. So before your wife will think about that man, and allow it means that he has developed some kind of affection and love, and then he has started hating you.
Why he said that when you see your daughter's nakedness, you feel aroused and you feel like having something to do with your daughter? Hey! Let's check who trained you. You are disgracing your family.
Hello, precious viewers. The name is Johnny called Dollarich, and the program is Weekend Review, right here on GTV Live, Your Religion and Culture Channel, showing every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and a repeat at 7 p.m. Weekend Review, bringing the family together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. You're welcome back. Thank you so much for staying on with us on this program, Weekend Review, with me, Johnny called Dollarich. Now, we are about to do our topic of the week, and we have our WhatsApp line, app screen, and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. Today, I'm so blessed having this wonderful personalities with me on set, and you know what? I'll go to them for them to tell us who they are briefly. Now, on my immediate left is this beautiful woman who has been so supportive. I mean, she's been a pillar when it comes to Weekend Review. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And how are you?
Doing great.
Wow. My viewers would like to know you again and again.
I think I'm not a visitor here.
Sure.
My name is Faith Iwa, Mrs. I work with GBCHR and I serve at Royal House Chapel.
You're welcome once
Thank
again.
you.
It's an honor having you week after week.
My pleasure.
Wow. And on my far left is this a man I can call a friend, because when all things worked, I mean, we're not going on, and we're finding the challenge. I mean, it was quite difficult getting the politicians on this program, and he decided that he will honor our invitation, and I'm so blessed having him on set. And I want to say a big thank you for him coming. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashama, MP for Buim constituency, and for that matter, Jasikan district. And
Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Wow. And
thank you so much.
I'll come back to you. And viewers, let me set the record straight, like they normally say. The politicians have been saying, let's set the record straight. We actually decided to get some other political parties representatives, but unfortunately, you know, the campaign issues, I mean, they're all running here and there. So we will try our best to get some other people also to come and be a blessing on this program. So, but today, it's a privilege having Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashama on the set. Honorable, welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
And then I'll start with you. Yeah. Let's see, you know, now the election is so near. I mean, we are having so many things, and I know you are standing for the second term, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and how are things going so far?
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning now to the viewers, especially so the people of Buim constituency, that's Jasikan district, and people watching me everywhere. So far, I'll say that things are working well for me and the party in the Buim constituency. But just as you said, I don't want things to work for me while somebody has been injured or hurt somewhere. So in my constituency, it is like I'm a pastor in the constituency, because I know everybody matters. All that we are doing today, our children should live to see and benefit from them. So as a politician, I go out with that intention that our children and everybody must live after December 7th. Wow. And that is what we are really doing. And we are doing that with my people as if we are choristers or moving all around. That's because there should be peace. There should be peace. And even though in my infancy, I thought of becoming a Catholic priest.
Wow.
But God knows best. But I'll tell all Ghanaians that even at the tip of the storm, there should be peace.
There should be peace.
There should be peace. Because we need this country. We need our children. And Ghana must go forward.
And I'll say amen to that.
Thank you.
And if you're watching the program, we are discussing peaceful election and the role of families. That is our topic today, and Honorable is here, and I have Mrs. Fitewa also as well, and I'll go to her. Mrs. Ewa, now let's see.
Today I'm honorable.
Yes.
Okay. I'll surely give you honorable. So honorable Ewa. So let's.
Please,
see.
I didn't contest. Forgive me.
Let's see. Talking about peaceful election. Now, one of the things is that we all belong to a family. Now, if peace will prevail in our nation, I believe that it's not necessarily what the politicians will say, but it's the role of families. After all, even the politicians all belong to families. So let's look at how families can help bring about this peace. What will be your first take on this?
Well, I want to say good morning to everybody watching. I think this week, Wednesday, we celebrated the World Tolerance Day.
That's right.
It means that we all have our preferences, but we need to tolerate each other as we live in the home. For breakfast, I may want something else and somebody else will want something.
That's right.
But we agree that this is what we want to do. It doesn't make us enemies. It's the same way when we come out to leading the people. What do they all tell us?
That's right.
That they want the best for us. So I want A and you want B. Where do we want to get to? We want to get to a particular point.
That's right.
So it doesn't mean that we are enemies. The same way we agree in our homes that this is the way we want to go. Though we want to eat rice or we want to take fufu, we agree that we are going this way. It is the same way we have in the country. Once we don't fight in the home, we shouldn't fight outside. We all belong to different political parties. In the home too, it applies. You could have a family, the father belongs to party A, the daughter belongs to that, the wife belongs to, but they live in peace. So if they don't fight as a family, why should we fight out there? The country is made up of family. Who is there who doesn't come from a family? We all come from families and we are one. And just as we are able to stick our families together, the same way we are supposed to stick our societies together. We don't fight at home. We love each other. We overlook the mistakes we do because we are bounded by love. So we are the same family in Ghana. Just as we are able to overlook some of the mistakes in our family, the same way in our society, we should be able to be tolerant and forgive people, and we can go forward as a people together.
I see. Now, Honorable, I saw you nodding your head. Now, talking earlier, you made mention that you would have even wished to be a priest from the beginning, meaning that at least you have that intuition of peace, inner peace thing going. And you know, some politicians probably for the sake of wanting power by all means, I mean, they really want to get, I don't know whether it's by way of emotions or something, they kind of incite their people negatively. But let's see, coming from you, what you've been there and you are still going, so what can we do? Where should we take it from?
Yeah, what I would like all Ghanaians to know, or everybody in the world to know, that leadership, very good leadership, is not easy to come by. And we as politicians, I will appeal to all of us, because as a politician, we move out with an intent and a strategy to achieve an objective. And so, you see that people will go house to house, telling people to do things that could even be untold, that would disturb the peace of this country. That person, that politician who go out there to even lie to somebody just to win his or her support, for you to get vote, to become a leader. Are you becoming a leader who lied to get that position? And how are you going to lead the people? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. The people you want to lead, you lied to that person to put you there. So, are we training our young ones to becoming respectful, good leaders for the future? Because if as a politician I go and chastise somebody and I win election, there is somebody who is also watching. Look at what this guy did, and today he is a leader. And these are some of the things, because whatever God has written, no man can actually wipe it out. So some of us, we give ourselves to God, that he should lead us. Let's tell the truth to the people. If they take the truth, they will vote for you. If they don't like it, every politician should know that being in parliament or being in the Flagstaff House is not the end of your life. You will by all means come out of that place. But the question you ask yourself is that when you come out from that place, what name will people call you? What have I done to the people? These are some of the things. Because, for example, as I'm sitting down here, if it happens that, okay, after my second term, I decide to go or not to go, what to be there for me after parliament? Those are the things. We are still young. We have children. The reason for which I cannot go and deceive somebody's child is that when I look into the face of my children, that I've told somebody a lie, I feel guilty.
That's right.
My children are my judge. I look into their face and say, no, once I will not do this to my daughter, once I will not do this to my son, I shouldn't do it to somebody's child just to get the position. And I'm very, very sure that if we, the politicians, will imbibe in this principle, Ghana will be the most peaceful and loving country on earth. Those of us who have traveled out this country, you go and come back and say that, wow, we are in paradise here. There is no country that you go and they will call you a second citizen, that you feel free than your home country, Ghana. There is no country at all. Some of us, whenever we travel outside, immediately we've landed at the airport, I feel a bit jittery. This is not my home. So today, can I lead youth, excuse me to say, thugs to come and destabilize this country? Where am I going with my children? Where are they going? We watch on the screens the war in Syria, how devastated that nation has become.
That's right. Very terrible.
And are we trying to push this country to that type or that state? What is going to be of us? What history are we trying to write? Politicians, we need to respect ourselves and respect everybody in this country. Ghana is a very good place. A friend just returned from one of the West African countries and told me, hey, Honorable, you know, I will never complain anything again in Ghana. We've got into an airport for us to be checked out. The lights were off. The computers were down. 1.5 hours, we are in a queue. We've been pushed to one side only for the light to come. The light came because the computers were down. They have to look. You look at all these things and you go to, even though Kotoka International Airport is not big, but you don't experience such problem for 1.5 hours, then there might be a very major problem. At least we have standby generators to help us do those things. So when we are building a nation, let our children know that we are taking the right step. It may not be your party. It may be somebody's party. But let your child know that what is going on today in this country is the best thing to happen to us.
Wow.
And so we must continue with it. Continue with it. President Rawlings was there. He did what he could. Came President Kufuor. He did what he could. Now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he is doing his best. Let your child know that this man is doing his best. Don't stand in the front of your child or crowd and tell people that this man is not doing anything. You let your child even fail examination because you blinded him not to see the right thing in his life. And it sticks. I was a teacher. And it sticks in the mind that you see, you teach your child to see good things around and say, they are nothing. They are not good. Nothing is happening. This is not good. You are entreating the child's mind for the future. And so that is why some things happen in this country and we did not understand. Excuse me to say, with all apology, a child, you see, a child sees the father driving on a pothole road some years back. Today that road has become an asphalt road. You politician, you tell that child, it's nothing. They are lying. Meanwhile, there's no pothole again. Tell that child, this is what we call asphalt.
It is no more potholes.
It is no more pothole. Tell that child that, so that it will be in his mind or her mind. Then we are moving this nation forward. It is not only to chastise each other that we can win this election. No. But the citizenry could see what A has done, what B has done, and what C is saying that I am coming to do.
I'll be right back. And the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show with me, Johnny called Dollarich. Now, we are discussing peaceful election, the role of families, and a whole lot of preaching is going on. I believe that you will put your family together. Now, one of the things that I really want us to get involved in is to sit your families down and talk some sense into the young ones out there, that it is not worth anything to pick arms against your neighbor, against your friend, against your, you can't look at your daddy and pick up a machete and just strike your dad because probably he is with a party A or party B, and the same thing, you can't kill your son or your daughter because he or she belongs to a different party. Why do we have to strike ourselves because of well, you are your own judges, and the program still continues. Let me go to Mama Faith. Mama Faith, sometimes I don't know, it baffles my mind, but maybe you can say more to this. When we are inciting people, we tend to forget we are also coming from a family. I mean, we are in a neighborhood. We have friends. We have, one way or the other, you also can become a victim. Why don't we think that far?
Well, when it comes to politics, it is a different ball game. What is everybody aspiring to get?
That's right.
It's because there's something there and everybody wants to go. They want to serve, but there's something behind the service. They want to make a name, they want to get fame, and they want to get power.
That's right.
So they put every passion and everything into it. And in doing that, everybody around them sees that, okay, if this thing is very good and we have to get it, then we must get it at all costs. But if we will tell our people, we are going there to serve, and everybody sees that, yes, it's a service. If you want to serve me and I say, don't serve me, say by force. No. But we tell people that, yes, there's something there. So everybody puts every passion into it. And because they put passion into it, their followers also cling to it. Because if you are my friend and you become a parliamentarian, and I know I'll get something, I surely will support you because I know something else is going to come out of it.
Right.
So it is the way we sell politics in Ghana that is making people take cutlass, take gun, and fight. Because the person knows if my person wins, it means I'm going to get everything to myself. But if that person loses, it means I might not get it. What are we preaching to the people there? That is the core question we should ask ourselves. And that is the core question to all the politicians over there. They tell the people, if I go there, oh, I will do this, and I will do that, and I will do this. So it means that I must fight for you so that you get there, so that you can do this and do that for us. So we should know how we sell the thing to them. But like you are saying, should we hurt ourselves because we want to get this and that down? No. We have blood flowing through ourselves. Just as I don't want to get hurt, I should know that somebody else shouldn't get hurt. Why should we kill? Because we want to serve. Why should we kill? Even if it's their car, their properties, their riches at stake. Life is very precious. We can't get that life back. If you hurt somebody's leg, you have put a scar there forever. If you kill somebody, will you be able to raise that person back? No. So we should sell it out to people. Yes, power is good, but life is more precious. We can get every riches, but life is precious. So we should sell to people that we shouldn't hurt anybody. It's going to be tough because if we are fighting over something, I'll have to put every effort into it. I don't want to be cheated. So whatever I'll do to get it done, I must. But we should remember that we shouldn't be violent. We shouldn't hurt anybody. And these days it gets to our schools that even students can get up, burn dormitories, burn people's houses. What is happening to our fabric? We weren't taught to be violent. We weren't taught to be destructive. So yes, we are fighting, but it doesn't mean that we should be destructive. Anybody who will destroy anything should be brought to book. And that is all we all should call for. If somebody goes and burns somebody's car, the person must be caught, prosecuted, and we must all see it. We should name and shame people for doing the wrong thing. And when we do that, then we will see that our country will be free. If we are going to vote, just go to the polling station, go and vote, come back at 6, let them count, and collate the result. If you win, it is okay. If you don't win, that is not at the end of the world.
I've heard from some quarters that so don't go, stay there and police your vote or your ballot or I don't know. But
No. There are people who have been tasked to do that. Once all of us can't be there, that's why they put the polling agents there. And they put security men there to also police that. So why will you go and police what somebody is already policing? And that is where the violence comes from. So every party has somebody there to police whatever is there, except you don't trust the people you are putting there. We have system, and that's what we should preach out. Ghana, we have a very good system. We should trust our system. There were so many news there that they are printing whatever. We should watch what we are saying. Our system is very good. Let us trust our system to do the right thing, and we will have every peace.
We will surely have every peace, and the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show with me, Johnny called Dollarich. Now we are discussing peaceful election, the role of our families, the responsibility that lies on me and you to ensure that we will live in peace before, during, and after the elections. And you know, sometimes so interesting that you go inciting people, and when there is chaos, you vanish. You are nowhere to be found. And that is the most funniest aspect of it, but God will have mercy on us. Now, Honorable, and let's see. There's this question that normally comes to mind. I mean, when people are talking negative, try to incite people, do they take into consideration? Earlier, you said something about teaching the young ones. I mean, we should call the spade a spade. Now, do you politicians take into consideration the young ones coming after? I mean, or is it what you want? You just fight for it and it ends there.
Yes, thank you very much. Many of us don't. Many of us don't. Because actually in constituencies where you see that the winning is 50-50, it becomes, excuse me to use the word, bulldozer affair. In which case you tell the youth
everything is at stake.
Everything is at stake. Like my sister just said, promises will be coming just left and right. That you cannot. It is only when you get there that you know that all that glitters is not gold. That is it. So the youth that are talking to me, well, God knows why. Even though I got to Parliament in a painful way, that's to a certain family, because I came through by election. Okay. Late Fort Campbell, may his soul rest in peace. I didn't go promising anybody. And that is why I believe, I'm a politician, but I strongly believe in God. Because 9 of us contested after his demise. And looking at me, I'm one of the smallest and the youngest. But at the end of the day, I was chosen. Within 5 minutes or within 1 minute that they declare me winner, everything of my life has changed. I have police guarding me and all that. I say, ask myself whether it is me. So I know God can do everything for every man. So don't go out there inciting youth. They should do this. If somebody that's not listen to what you are saying, take a stone, take a stick and hit the head. When you hit somebody's head, remember it's somebody's child. And that child's father has also gotten families. And that is the genesis of chaotic situations we see all around the world in the hot spots. So we don't have to do that. As a leader, we need to groom the young ones to come up, to respect us. Reading about the history of old Ghana Empire, the Odagost and Kumbisale, families rule for even 500 years. Right. One family. Today they are no more ruling. Today those families are no more ruling. So don't take it that. No, even I have to get it at all costs. God works according to plan. That's right. As I'm sitting down here, I'm going to a contest, but I open my heart to God that the people should speak. That's right. The people should speak. If I'm declared a winner, I will accept it. If I'm declared a loser, I will accept it. Because I know life is beyond Parliament. That's right. Life is beyond Parliament. If you actually try to box your heart up with such pressures, hey, am I going to lose? Am I going to win? Hey, what will happen? My good friend, the pressure will even kill you before they declare you a winner or a loser. Yes, just go out there and tell the people the truth. That is what is very, very important. Just as my sister have said, Ghana's electoral system is very excellent. And I'd like to use this opportunity to maybe re-echo this. Going to 2016 elections, Electoral Commission have opened a register for those who have qualified to register their names. That has been done. Electoral Commission has given opportunity for those that we've realized that they've not qualified to register for their name to be challenged and deleted. That has been done. So you see that through that process, Electoral Commission has finished its job. The register today is the perfect one, because taking Buem constituency, for example, some people were challenged that they are not from such communities. Okay. We go to court to prove the facts. And it was, excuse me to say, between NDC and MPP. Now, about over 400 people's names have been deleted. Now, so now we've both agreed that the register is perfect.
Okay.
So what do you do in election day? Going to police station that you are a macho man or a macho girl? No. The Electoral Commission has finished its process. And so they've appointed the people who should be there to ensure that election procedures are followed correctly with a security person. If you vote, if you want to go to farm or go to your house and be playing your music, do that. Don't stand around beyond the meters that have been given. So if you want to stay around, go to the actual given distance and even sleep there. Nobody asks you anything. But you, that guy, you, that lady, who will be paid to go and harass somebody that you should not go and vote, you are acting against the law. As simple as that. Much as you have money to cast your vote in your polling station, now you are going to harass other people elsewhere. You are acting against the electoral law. And as for that one, I said I am a pastor, but I will ensure that everybody whose name is in the register voted in peace. That is all. We will not allow that somebody say, hey, I'm going to have a macho man. In my constituency, we don't want macho men. People who preach macho men should send them to their constituencies. Because we know peace is sweet. Peace is good. Peace is needed for everybody in Buem constituency, and I wish that for every constituency in this country. So when we are able to follow these electoral rules, we will come out victorious as Ghanaians, that we've once again taught the whole world a lesson. We did that in 2012 when tempest rose and everybody thought that Ghana is going to be on fire. Ghanaians taught the whole world that, excuse me to say, we are matured, we are civilized, and we did it. The whole world applauded us. Why not this time? Why not this time? So those youths, excuse me, those of you who will be contacted, we started listening to some of my colleagues, even chastising civil servants for no cause, just to raise tempest. But at this particular point, I'll tell families, call your children for money meetings and tell them that on this day, even from 1st December, they should watch their lives. 1 week can ruin your life. 1st to 7th December can ruin your life. This is where, excuse me to use the word, some of us charlatan politicians are going to put our acts in action. That could affect your life. He said, go and do it. If there is anything, I'll pay for it. But my friend, ask that politician whether he has been behind jail before. Even if you are behind jail within 5 minutes, and you realize the way you sweat, you would have wished you were on your bed. That is it. I cherish one of my uncles who always said, Daniel, I like the way I am. I don't have money, but I'm happy.
That's right.
This is what he told me. So right now when I got to my constituency, hey, uncle, have you come? I'm coming. When he comes, what do you ask me? Just give me some 5 CDs. And I said, wow, 5 CDs? I said, yes. He says it's enough. So why are we rushing in this life?
Life is more
material things will take us nowhere. Material things. If you come to my constituency and see where I am living, I believe, look, even if I have mansions, and today God calls me, where am I going to sleep? The same small coffin. Okay? So we must be there for the people who have elected us. Do your best, and you'll be bold to talk to people when you know that you have done the right thing within your heart. People may say that, oh, you have not done anything, you have done this, you have done that. Yes, those stories will continue to come because those stories started even during Jesus Christ's time. That people have to tell lies. But you continue to tell them the truth because the truth shall forever come out. If you lie today too, it will haunt you tomorrow. So, my brothers, my sisters, Ghanaians, Let us show that big example again. Ghana is a beacon of peace. You cannot find this type of freedom anywhere.
And the program still continues, and it is the weekend review show. And I'm so blessed having Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashama and Mrs. Faith Iwa as well here. And it's been such a wonderful time. And we are discussing peaceful election, the role of families. You know, please, he made a statement, and I want to re-emphasize it. He said, from on the 1st, if it is possible, at dawn, first thing in the morning, call your family together and educate them against electoral violence. Yes. I mean, whatever your family will set out to do, make sure they don't get themselves involved in any election troubles. Please, family is sweet. Peace is also sweet. Let's enjoy it while it lasts. Marvin, I don't know if you agree with me.
Yes, I do. Life is enjoyable.
That's right.
Peace is enjoyable.
That's right.
You can only enjoy your wealth or perform your career in peace.
That's right.
If if you had a privilege of watching some of the films from the war-torn countries, you see there were people who were career people, people who had money, they have wealth, but they lost all.
Oh, that's right.
So we should learn from that. This is where we belong. We don't even have anywhere going. So we must preserve it. And I always say that you just make sure you don't fall into trouble. Sometimes people who get themselves involved in these things don't plan it. It just happened. Two people are arguing. Then you go and join. A third person, a fourth person join, a fifth and a sixth. By the time you realize it becomes a problem. Then if they come and they are coming to soup, you're also part of it. So let's stay back. If you are passing, people are arguing, pass by and go your way. Right. Don't say, I'm going to separate them. In the midst of separating, you also will be involved. So let us just avoid it. Go there, vote, and go home. And just as he said, we need to educate our families that just stay calm. That day is a working day. So we'll come to work and we'll go back home. So just go to your polling station, vote, go to work, and go back home. When it is 6, I won't go to the polling station to go and police because I trust the system. I know there are people there who will do the right thing. Every political party has a rep there, so they will do the right thing. So I'm just going to sit in my house, trust in GBC because GBC will bring out the best coverage. They'll give us everything, so I'll be monitoring from my home. I'm not a coward, but I love peace. That's right. I love my life. So I'll stay home and encourage my family to be at peace. So I will tell everybody, stay at peace. I'm not saying allow people to do the wrong thing, but let us trust in our system. Our police are on point. The military is on point. Everybody is on point. I trust them that they will give us that peace. And I trust God because I have prayed. So we will enjoy peace. So I want to encourage everybody. Let us play our role well. Trust in our system. And December 7, God will give us a president. And I said, God will give us a president because I have prayed and you have prayed. All we need to do is to just go there and thumbprint, and our God will give us a president. Whoever comes out, let us accept the person because we have prayed and God is the one selecting. If God gives you something, will you say, I don't like it? No. Because you know God has given it to you. That's right. You accept it. So let us pray and go there and vote. And let us, I think it is time we also have to teach our people that you don't always go to a contest and win. If you lose, you should accept it. So that we tell our people, whoever comes out, let us learn to accept it. That person is not a president of our few people and it is not known. Whoever comes out is our president. You may not have voted for that person, but that person has won. Let us support whoever. It is our Ghana. Our forefathers shed their blood to keep it for us. All we also have to do is to keep it up. They have shed their blood. It doesn't mean we should also go out there and share. No, that one we were fighting for something from a colonialist, excuse me to use that. But now we are ruling ourselves. So why should we fight among ourselves? So let us preserve the peace we have.
I see. Now, Honorable, let me come to you. You see, sometimes during the processes, especially the election time, you get to have some suspicions by some group of people from here and there. Now, normally, a man of about 70 years, there's no way he's going to fidget with certain things around the polling station. I mean, it's normally the youth, you know, the young ones who are hot-blooded. They really want to, move with all passion and engineer some of these trouble. So I don't know, coming from you, let's see, what will you tell the young ones, especially when around the polling stations, I mean, after voting, during voting and all that, if they see even anything they call suspicion or any kind of thing that, need attention, what should be that role, what should be that thing that they have to do?
Thank you very much. We've just said that our electoral system is perfect. That's right. But unfortunately, the Electoral Commission hired people to work for it, to ensure the system operates well. That's right. I use unfortunately because some of these people they have hired are also like the bridge through which some of these politicians pass to do things that will cause confusion at the various polling stations. So I am pleading with the polling agents, electoral officials that are going to actually have that opportunity, God-given opportunity to man this polling station. That tell yourself that people say we are not good. But I'll prove to Ghanaians today that I am good. That's right. I'll follow the rules and do it right. Because it happens during my primaries. You know, somebody who have been asked to sit and monitor the process, rather tell people who to vote for. You see, it is not a party agent. Yes.
This is interesting.
So because we are dealing with human institution, those people should look up to God and tell themselves that people say we are not good, but I'll prove them wrong. Right. I'll do the right thing. So when such things happen, that somebody influence somebody to tell people what to do, you are causing confusion. Somebody too is watching you because everybody will be alert that day, like an examination with invigilators, right, with cameras around. So tell yourself you will not do anything that will cause mayhem. In which case, you have to tear a ballot paper, give it to the voter, stamp behind. You deliberately don't stamp behind. Because you know at the end of the day, it is only ballot papers that are stamped behind that will be counted. So if deliberately you didn't stand behind, then it means that ballot is already gone. And you are doing it for somebody.
That's right.
To lower somebody's votes. Because they know, we as politicians, we have networks. You know where you'll be gaining more votes. You know where your votes will be somehow dilly-dallying. So where my votes will be low, some of us will put some system in place to favor us through human beings. Okay? Those are the things that causes confusion. So the confusion may even start with the party agents and the electoral officials over there. Before the outsiders. So it's like police calling for more support.
Reinforcement.
Reinforcement, that is the word. So they should do their work right. Listening to things that are happening, the way people are talking. People are, should I say, desperately trying to cause confusion in this country, using words, other things, blackmailing and all that. You should know that the bus ends by them. For which case, they have to ensure. I am telling everybody in my constituency, ensure the right thing is done. If the right thing is done, we will have a winner. And we will have a loser that day. It is not about cheating anybody. Ours is to work hard and tell the people the truth. When you tell the people the truth and tell them why you are unable to do maybe what you have promised. And believe you me, when I come next time, we have started, we've gotten somewhere, we'll complete it. I think the people will listen.
That's right.
And I would like to tell Ghanaians, development is a process. And when the process is going on, like we are moving on, or like a factory, you put all your material into the production system, and the light goes off, brah. When the light comes on, the whole machine needs to be restarted.
That's right.
I've worked in a factory before. And some material will get damaged. You have
That's
to
right.
remove them and pack them off. So to me, we are seeing what is going on today. If we like it, we should push it forward. If we don't like it, it is for us and our God to decide.
That's right.
But it should not be we causing confusion and this to get the throne. Look, no politician should think that he can use his might to get to that power. Because you have only one fist. You have only one term. I have one term. So what makes you think that if you slap me, I'll vote for you? I will not do that. I will not do that. So let our country be a loving one as they've seen us to be. And let us not go on deceiving people. We are talking about health. We are talking about education. We are talking about employment. People are talking about corruption. We are talking about infrastructure. All these things that are going on are the same thing that anybody who comes will do.
That's right.
No president will come and say that you're not focused on health, not focused on roads.
Right.
And so, if it is going on, look at it and ask yourself, is it going on or it is a lie that they are telling to us? So where do we have to go? So you to tell the people, yes, maybe it is going on, but I would like to do it this way.
That's right.
So accept my proposals. From asphalt, I would like us to move to maybe concrete roads all over the country. If you tell me that, then I'll be able to decipher which can I get now, looking at my situation and resources available. And when I'm able to weigh these two things, I can just go in there and vote. This is what I'm telling my people, that this is what we have done, and this is where we want to go. With my government or anything of the sort, this is where BWIM must go. So when BWIM goes that way, we know we are taking the steps forward.
Wow.
But we should not achieve our objectives on the peril of somebody, by somebody's blood. No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And I tell BWIM people, much as I will not tell my child to go and insult somebody, you too don't do that. Not much as I will not tell my child to take a stone, to take a stick, to hit somebody. If I come and tell me to go and bring my children, they should be in the forefront, not you. When my children are finished, then you will follow.
That's right.
It is a big promise I'm giving them.
Wow.
Because I will not, I will never do that. I know for sure with God there is a life after Parliament. So that is how it should be. Yes.
I don't know. I'm so humbled, and the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show with me, Johnny called Dollarich, and we are discussing peaceful election and the role of our families. What can we do to contribute to that peaceful coexistence we are all enjoying now, and to ensure that the peace continues before, during, and even after the elections? And I have Honorable here, and I have Mrs. Honorable too as well. Yes. Let's look at this.
Sorry.
If you are in an environment, let's say you are living in a society, some area, and you cite some young men or some young women, and they are potential, troublemakers. What do you do as a parent? Do you call them, advise them? Do you alert the security agencies? What do you do?
Talking about that, I want to say something before I go to
do so.
I saw some WhatsApp message, and the message was that if the presidential candidates and the parliamentary candidates will not put their children out there to go and fight, so why will you go and do that? And come to think of it, it's true. How many of them do you see their children holding cutlasses and doing that? They don't. They use other people. So let's be wise. Also tell our children that once they are also not using their children to do that, we should also not allow ourselves and our children to be used for that. And then there's something too about the WhatsApp. People are preaching, they send a whole lot of things. If you don't take time, it will make you angry. Let us watch what we see on the social media. Sometimes some of them are true, some of them are total lies. Let us verify what we do. Some people are in haste to just post everything they see. So you just see something and you repost and you repost and you repost, and that by that you can also cause confusion. So let us watch what we use our social media for. When we see the things, let us cross-check before we start posting. If I see people in my area and I see that they are coming together, or they look, if I can talk to them, if I have that relationship of talking to them, then I'll do. But if I know I cannot, then I need to get somebody who can talk to them, or I have to contact the security agencies. And I know by that time they would have given us their telephone numbers, so that if you see something suspicious, we should be able to say it. And it doesn't mean that when you see other people, just people talking and chatting, you should just call it. Call the police on them. I think we all owe it a duty to make sure that we enjoy our security. If we see something going on wrong, we should be able to alert the security agencies. We should be. Because if you see somebody, you see people in their corner doing something, and usually on that day you see people say, and I saw people here, they are thumbprinting. Please, let's be sure we see it before we call out for. And when you see it, to be truthful to God and yourself, call people to do that. So I think security is in our hands. We have to choose it. Let us be vigilant. We should watch everybody's movement and everything around us. We shouldn't say, oh, me, I'm safe in my house. I won't talk. Oh, no. When the trouble comes, it will get to you. So when it is wrong, you must stand up and talk about it. If you know that you cannot, then please call the right people to do the right thing.
Call the right people, certainly to do the right thing, and the program continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show. We have our WhatsApp line up screen. Just get connected with us, and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Now, just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. We are discussing peaceful election and the role of our families. I mean, our responsibility is to ensure that whatever that is going on in our society, especially with this election, gets better. Now, I know you have so many questions you want to ask. Just let them come in after the program and we get to talk. And please, sometimes when it has to do with politics, people speak with passion. Please, we don't have to kill ourselves. You have your view, I have my view. Let's discuss it nicely and let's get it going. Interestingly, in my home, nobody knows where my vote goes, and sometimes my wife will tell me, so who could vote in my party? We are not have power, no about I go and vote for party or party B, and when I finish, I just clean my mouth, I come and sit as if it's so interesting, but that's the beauty of it. Just sometimes you don't have to be too straightforward for everybody to know where. Except the politicians, we know they are here, they are there. But Honorable, let's look at this. Election will come, election will go. I mean, since 92, I saw 92. 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, and now we are here again, 2016, and definitely after 2016, 2020, we'll definitely have another election. Now, what do you think will give us that, credibility, that platform? What can we do in 2016 that can tell us that, in 2020, there's a future for us?
Thank you very much. As politician, like you said, rightly said, 1992 started voting. And I started voting that time too. I nearly voted during a PMP, Dr. Hilary Mann. Yes. That was 1980, that way. I nearly voted, but I was a few years back. Okay. So, 92 started voting. And the whole world is tracking our progress in politics. This is why when we go out there to talk, they know we are epitome of good example of elections. And so that must continue. It should not be there should not be a breakup anywhere. Because when they want to grade that as far as elections are concerned, they pick it from 1992.
That's
How
right.
did you fare? Have you been able to change government? We've been able to change government. How was the changing hands? Peaceful.
That's right.
We continue with it. Is that not it?
That's right.
Yes. So that is the way the whole world will be looking at us. That is the record we are building for ourselves. And if this record is good, and your child, maybe today you struggled, you contest to have a political position. You couldn't have it. It is your behavior that will give the chance to your children tomorrow. The way you behave. Some politicians don't know this. That is why I'm saying that I, Daniel Kwesi Ashama, if I lose any election, I'll just thank my God and go.
That's right.
People, you have made a choice. Because the future is for my children, is for our children. The way you behave whilst you're a political leader reflects directly on your children.
What foundation you are laying down?
Yes.
That's right.
So as politicians, as a nation, we are always laying and building upon our political foundations. So if you are not careful, today you think, oh, I am strong, I have money, I can say anything, and that, and that, and that. It is when you leave power that people are going to unleash punishment on your children.
That's right.
On your children. Today you say everything, people will like it. Oh, yes, oh, come on, more fire, more fire, more fire. Have you seen that? Matu Chamau, my good friend, you are doing harm to your children. Unless otherwise you don't love your children. If you love your children as a politician, watch it. Watch it critically. And you know what? If you love your children and you live a good political life, the whole world, the whole nation sees your children as the next leader for your area, for your region, for your nation. His father has been able to comport himself.
That's right.
During his time, we are very sure the child will also do same.
Even when they don't have the ambition, the society will even
call them to come and stand.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And that is how the nation moves forward. It is not about me. If you are trying to struggle for power at all costs, even if you are maybe you have grown, you have aged, or even if you are young, and you are trying to grab everything for yourself, you are damaging your children. Take it a bit. Let people accept you. Let them throw you away. Go in peace. Congratulate the person who comes and say bye-bye to them. There you have opened the gates for your children.
That's right.
Then you have opened the gates for your family. I tell people that, you know what? I, Daniel Kwesi Ashama, the name Ashama is a big name in Baika, but I'm the only person who joined politics. And I promise them that I will not leave a bad mark.
That's right.
As a politician. I will never leave a bad mark. Because I don't know any of them's child who would like to be a politician. Immediately you mention the name Ashama, then they have to go back and scroll the pages to me and find out what I have done during my time in office.
That's right.
Have I been so loving? Have I worked hard? Have I interacted with chiefs and elders, opinion leaders? How did I lead the people as at that time? The history is there. So we, the politicians, look, God knows why anything could happen to you. I've lost the election as an assemblyman in 2006 by 7 votes. You know, when you lose election, actually it's really painful. It's like you are melting down, like a sugar that is put in water. So that is why many a time people are rushed to hospitals.
That's right.
Because you melt down, you become very confused and conscious. But let me tell you, the day that I lost, in fact, I was standing on my feet, and immediately I just squat.
Wow.
Then my friend, because I least believe I will lose.
That's right.
So I congratulated the person and left. But at that material moment that they've declared me a loser, I started planning for 2010.
That's right.
And 2010, you know what? I won massively.
That's all.
Because I put my plans in place. And those plans You know, I was in assembly as an assemblyman for 2 years. And after 2 years, there was by-election. And I want to become an MP. What brought me there? It is your work, your demeanor, the way you interact with people. It is not by might. Not at all. Because God takes control of everything.
Quickly, your people are watching you.
Yeah.
In about 30 seconds, what message do you have for them? Because they have to vote for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That, you know, I've been very careful. I don't want to campaign, but now that you have given me a bit of time. Actually, the people of Buim, you know, we are loving people. You knew Daniel Kwesi Ashama long before he became an MP. As your MC for Buim Congress, I came to power, and you know what? The people asked me to give them an FM station, which has been very difficult to achieve. That is not from government, but I have to sacrifice my resources. Today, we have Buim FM running in Buim.
Wow.
And, you know, I met somebody on Sunday, and told me, Honorable, do you know why I vote for you? The time you are campaigning for the primaries for by-election, we asked you whether you can give us an FM station, and you said yes. Today we have FM station. I'll vote for you again. So through that effort, I've actually carried the voice of my people beyond the Buim district. You can hear it coming far, even closer to Accra. So I think this is what I have done. And this is the first time in the history of Buim, when God bless you, it is not by your might.
That's right.
That government has given over 35 kilometers route in Buim constituency to be tarred.
Wow.
The first in history. It has been given in piecemeal. But today, as we are sitting down here, over 35 kilometers has given.
Wow.
So the Eastern Buim, all the areas at the end of the day, we may be having road that are tarred to about 90%.
Wow.
I think that is very, very great. Today, when you get to that constituency, the district assembly together, the administration, they are putting up about 240 maternity ward, the first of its kind. It is not my money, but you know, blessings come through some people.
That's right.
During their time, such blessings come. I may wrong somebody, I may wrong you, but forget about that. Or I am pleading for forgiveness. Vote massively for me. You know what your vote can do? The massiveness of the vote can trigger me to another level.
Another level.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank
and
you very
then, Honorable Mrs. Speed.
I also want to campaign for my party. My party is God's party and the voice of God.
That's right.
All we are saying is that on that day, just go and vote.
That's right.
And when you vote, whoever you vote for is whom God has chosen to lead us. As Christians, we have prayed. But if we listen to God, God will show us who to go and vote for. It is not about you belonging to this party or that party.
That's right.
Let us listen to the voice of God and let us vote whom God has chosen for this nation. I don't know him, but God knows. All I know is that day, when I go, I ask God, whom should I vote for? I may belong to this party, I may belong to that. But if he says vote for this, obedient servant, I will vote for that. And I want to implore all people who belongs to God's party. Let us go out and ask God, whom should we vote for? And let us vote for peace. Let us vote that day, the one whom God speaks to us. Then we'll enjoy peace.
Right.
Then as Christians, we will also enjoy peace. We shouldn't just go and tell people vote for that and then be involved in the violence. No, we should stand out for the light. Let people see that light in us as Christians. We shouldn't put fuel in it. Let us encourage our husbands, our children, our household to be law-abiding. They should be peaceful. And when we go and we vote for that person, Ghana will be peaceful. God will be in heaven and will clap for us because we have done well.
We've done well. And on that note, I want to say a big thank you for watching the program, and A big thank you also to Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashama, and thank you so much, Honorable, for passing through. And thank you once again also for making time, because it's very difficult getting you politicians in such program. It's been tight. I'm so grateful. And Mama Faith, as for you,
I'm also honorable.
Honorable.
God's party.
And
for God's party.
Definitely we end the program here. But I want to say something that, trust me, I know one thing for sure, that this election will be peaceful. It will be quiet. The result will come out. Ghana will celebrate. And you know what? When you throw a party, please give me a call. I'll come, because Ghana would have been the winner at the end of the day. We'll see you same time next week. God richly bless you.
We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. He reigns, He reigns, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. He reigns, He reigns, He reigns, He reigns. We give